Hi, I'm Brian Marsh. I'm your potential coach. I've got a story to tell you about awareness. Let's unpack it in this session. Let's unpack the concept of awareness. So here's the story. Several days ago, I was at the grocery store. I received a text from my daughter. She said in the text, "Dad, can you pick up 5 cucumbers?" I responded, "Sure." I went over to the produce section in the grocery store and I picked up what I thought were 5 cucumbers. However, when I got them home, my daughter unpacked them and she said, "Dad, you got 5 zucchini, not cucumbers." And so, for a period of time, I have been dealing with awareness, trying to be more aware of the issues and situations around me, and specifically how they impact other people. And so I solved it with my daughter, even though she said, "We can use the zucchini, it's okay." I said, "No, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get you what you asked for." And I went back to the store and I picked up 5 cucumbers. My question to you is, how many of you confuse cucumbers and zucchini? Not specifically those two vegetables, but rather different issues in your life. How many of you think that you are aware of something and it turns out that you weren't aware of it at all? Because remember this principle. We don't see things the way they really are. We see things the way we are. And because we see things the way we are, not the way they really are, awareness becomes an issue for a lot of people. I would encourage you to think about the things within your everyday situation, your everyday routine that you need to increase awareness about. You may be surprised. A lot of people might be asking, how do I actually increase my awareness? What are the steps? What does that look like? Well, one of the steps to increasing your awareness is actually slowing down. You see, back to the story at the grocery store. I had a number of different things that I was trying to accomplish on that particular day when I was doing errands. I was leaving town the next day and I needed to get certain things done. When I went to the produce section of the grocery store, I looked at what I thought were cucumbers, but they were actually zucchini. Had I slowed down and simply read the identifier underneath the zucchini, I would have known that I was looking at a row of zucchini and not a row of cucumbers. I should have simply slowed down. How many of you run into the very same issue? You just need to slow down. We are overcommitted. We are distracted. So slow down. Increase your awareness by slowing down and taking it easy and enjoying the journey towards your success. We're talking about slowing down to increase your awareness. Now, there are things that you can do, practical things that you can do while you are in a mode of slowing down. One of those things could be meditation for you. For me, it's prayer. Now, when you slow down and meditate and pray, you become more aware of those things that are around you. But not only do you become more aware of the things around you, you become more aware and more conscious of the things that affect you, that affect your well-being, that affect who you are. You become more aware of the things around you that are incongruent with who you are, and it gives you an opportunity to correct them. Once you identify them, once you become aware of them, you can then work to correct the things that have moved into your life that don't speak to who you are, that don't help you become the best version of yourself. You may be a person who says, I can't sit still for longer than a minute. Great. Start with a minute. Start with a minute. In all of my videos, when I talk about transformation, I always suggest that transformation takes action. And the action that you initiate has to be a small action. So if you can only sit still for a minute, that's the goal for you. Sit still for a minute, clear your mind, and ultimately do more. You start with a minute, perhaps a week from now, you will be able to sit still for 5 minutes. Perhaps a month from now, you will be able to sit still for 30 minutes. It doesn't matter the length of time. What matters is what you're actually doing and accomplishing in that time, which is draining your mind, emptying your mind, and focusing on the present moment. Let me tell you what has worked for me in the past when it comes to improving and increasing my awareness. What has worked for me is actually having conversations with people around me that I love, that I respect, that I know have my best interest at heart. The conversation really starts with, what blind spots do you see that I have? What things am I missing that you know that I'm missing? It's a very candid and a very honest conversation. Be prepared for the answer, because like each of us, I think that I am doing 100. I think that I am 100% aware of everything. And when the loved ones around me are honest with me, I am amazed at how many blind spots I actually have. I am amazed at what I am not seeing that's clearly in front of me. I'm not alone. I'm not in the minority. Each of you should have those conversations with people you love, respect, and trust, and you know have your best interest at heart. This is Brian Marsh, your potential coach. For more information, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you next time.